So when that siren sounds, that's going to mark the start of our post-match show. Hooters, where we go through everything that's happened today in rugby league on both sides of the globe. And it is Magic Round in the NRL, of course. And so let's start with the first game. We're obviously doing a few things at once here. We're looking to go downstairs and we're looking to run you through this information. But the first game this morning at Suncorp Stadium, it was Newcastle 36, Gold Coast 12. Dom Young, a hat-trick. Fletcher Sharp also got 2 tries. And it was 6-all at half-time. Kalyn Ponga, obviously Origin coming up. Kalyn Ponga was asked about the possibility, because of various injuries, that he will play halfback in Origin 1. And if you're listening on the podcast, we can now have a listen to what he had to say.
I'll play anyway. I've said that before. I know what I'm like when I get my head on. I get excited by challenges, so the position I play, obviously fullback's my position, but like I said, I'll play anywhere for Queensland. I think, six a few years ago. I didn't mean that. Seven. A few years ago. Obviously, fullback's my position as a competitor. That's where I want to be, but whatever's best for Queensland.
Back.
Jeez, a while ago now. A while ago now.
Say yes.
Yeah, whatever. No. I'll get my head on.
You can borrow.
Was I surprised? A little bit, yeah, I guess. I just feel really comfortable in the footy that I'm playing at the moment, and I guess that arena brings the best out in players, and hopefully, like I said, I'll play anywhere. Just get my head on, get prepared for it.
That was Kalyn Ponga. If you're listening on the podcast, if you're listening live, apologies for the pause there. I'm on the move now, down to the sideline. But obviously the coach of Gold Coast pretty disappointed with that second half performance. That was Josh Hannay. So let's have a listen to what Josh Hannay had to say after that 36-12 loss to the Newcastle Knights on the final day of Magic Round.
Yeah, I think when you're where we're at, I think we're the youngest team in the comp, and there's a lot of inexperience and a bit of lack of leadership and things like that. You kind of get belief from those plays and those moments coming off. And at the moment, if they're not coming off for us, like you say, those half chances, we're not. It's part of our journey, right, is to be able to just push through that and not look for a moment to feel good, to actually just keep going at it and just keep holding our gloves up and actually just fighting our way to a victory, as opposed to looking for a moment to feel good about ourselves.
And also, another Magic Round game, second last game, and it was the highlight of the weekend if you're a Queenslander, I guess, and you would have been very disappointed with the result. The Warriors 42, Brisbane 12, but even the Warriors fans couldn't properly celebrate because Tanner Boyd, who's had a great season, he suffered a likely ACL, which will rule him out for the rest of the season. And here's Coach Andrew Webster, if you're listening on the podcast, talking about that.
Yeah, he's definitely going to go for scans, obviously. It's a potential ACL. It's not confirmed yet. So scans will do that for us. So we're not riding him off yet, but early indications, it's huge. It's just like we've had a great win here tonight and got one of our own in there that's doesn't have clarity on his future, doesn't have clarity in the next 12 months. So we're really behind him and feel for him right now, but fingers crossed, hopefully it's good news. But it just puts it's hard to get too excited when that happens. Oh, he's very strong, typical Tanner, he's thinking of the team before, he's first, he's in there with the boys congratulating them. But yeah, you can see that he's emotional, upset.
Okay, and obviously it was a 30-point result, but from the point of view of Michael Maguire, if you had to listen to what he had to say, there was still a belief that perhaps the referee played a role in that result?
Definitely have to have a look at it. Obviously, there was saw some penalties there that were definitely worth having a look at. But look, yeah, we'll take that, and there are things there that were in our control, but there's also things there that I definitely need to have a look at from a point of view of, I think it was 10 penalties to 1 at one stage. So, when you look at rucks and you look at the opposition, you're looking for the consistency around what was going on there. And we will wear some of those penalties, but there was some there that, just makes the game hard to play when you're playing like that. I mean, the pressure of obviously what you have to go through when I think a 10-1 penalty count in the first half. If you're comparing the ruck speeds and what's going on in the ruck, I'll definitely be having a look at that.
That was Michael Maguire, and move on to the final game of the day. Penrith 28, St George Illawarra 6. 2 tries to Tom Jenkins. Damien Cook for the Dragons. He could have scored a try in his spectacular kick and chase try in his 250th first grade appearance, but unfortunately for him, the video referee took it off him because he kicked the ball out of Brian To'o's hands. And so I thought it was the right decision, actually. But anyway, Damien Cook actually spoke about that at the press conference afterwards.
I'm a bit biased, but I thought it was a try. And like you said, you agree. Some other people on the way in here said it was a try as well, so just give the fans what they want.
12-6 going.
It's massive. It does. It gives us, that first half, we go in 12-6 against the best team in the competition. I feel like, we deserve that if we scored one earlier, or was that one on half time anyway. But I'm sure Coach will agree that what we saw, in the second half last week, and then this week, and then the things we're doing at training, we have taken massive strides in the right direction. Yeah, we've hurt ourselves. You can't give a team like Penrith the right field position with some of the errors we have, but I think he'd be proud of us, and yeah.
And across the hall, Nathan Cleary, he was asked if his dad's decision to stand down from the post at the end of next year, whether that may have played a role or hampered the team's preparation to that final game of Magic round, a 28-6 win over the Dragons.
Maybe a little bit. Definitely don't want to use that as an excuse. I think it was a big week in many respects. Obviously Dad's announcement, but then there's Origin on the horizon. People are sort of looking to that, and then you also versed in the team coming last year, hasn't won a game, and you're just expected to just go out there and win, which it's a lot easier said than done, particularly in the NRL where any team can show up and make it a difficult game, and the Dragons did that tonight. So we probably lacked energy at different stages, but I thought Dragons sort of put us under pressure and zapped us a bit of that energy, and then very happy to come away with a win.
And finally this afternoon, it was a 16-14 win to Bradford over Hull. A terrible send-off, as I mentioned, and Zach Haggerty could have sent the game into overtime had he landed a sideline conversion. So now we're back here on the sideline. I might try and have a chat to someone. Got Will Lovell here. Will, you didn't have that all your own way, did you?
No, we knew obviously Donny were going to come at us a bit. Obviously, they're one of the main teams in the comp. So we knew obviously doing our video this week that it'd be a tough battle.
And the fact that they sort of got it back to 12 points, any anxiousness there?
No, I think the message was remain calm. Obviously they'll have their purple patch, and then just get back on with our processes, what we do, and we've got enough quality in this side to hurt any team. So yeah.
You're missing your halfback today, Dino, as well. So did you know he was not going to play, or was it a late in the week thing?
Yeah, I mean, he trained yesterday and then he didn't fancy it. But no. We've obviously got good numbers in depth. Jimmy coming in there, steps in and does a real good job today. So obviously, gutted for Dean not to play, but I'm sure he'll be back fit soon.
And feeling glare black today, so that would have put a smile on everyone's face.
Yeah, he's cheeky, isn't he? Just lively out of dummy half. So enjoy playing with him. It's good.
So how would you sum up the feeling in the camp at the moment, mate? As steady as she goes?
Yeah, each week as it comes, but enjoying it. We're obviously in form. We're doing the hard things right, and you've got to commend those things and celebrate them each week, and I think we're doing that, and and it's shown in the way we're playing.
On to the semis now, eh?
Yeah, mate, big game. Let's go.
So that was Will Lovell, but it was a big win, 52 points to 20. London over Doncaster, and a few anxious moments during that second half, but it's a pretty convincing performance. So that's it. I think we might end. Well, actually, no. What we'll do now, we'll finish by going to if you're listening on the podcast, we'll have a listen to the coaches at Bradford and Hull FC. Bradford and Hull FC, the coaches, with that 16-14 win to Bradford against Hull FC. And thanks for joining us this weekend. Thanks, Mick Gledhill, for his commentary. And thanks also to Jason Costigan for calling the Toulouse game. And we had Mick on Friday night as well for Halifax and Sheffield. So there you go. It's been a big weekend on rugbyleague.com. Thanks for your support. Thanks for following us.
Frustrated, happy, disappointed that we didn't win some big moments, but we won enough big moments to win the game. Result, resilience, overall try line D. I thought restricting territory at times was pretty good. And again, we showed that we could score some fantastic tries. Little moments, missing on 1 point, building pressure, respecting the ball to know that you've not scored a try, turn it over in our terms, control restarts. I thought that was something we had to get better at. I can see where you're going with it, and what we'll say is, I think Tara Jones is a very, very good referee. I just think she's had one of her off days today. Yeah, especially my set of players. I think in their moments we could have been a lot more composed and respect the ball a little bit more. Again, in the controlled turnovers, that last place, one of our last plays when we were winning the game, we're really poor, and I don't think that's down to Hull or Tara Jones, that was down to us.